Hello, Kizomba enthusiasts, and welcome back to another episode of Kizomba Conversations. I'm your host, Victor, and today we have another amazing guest. This person is not only a good Kizomba dancer, he's the brains behind one of the best Kizomba nights in London. You can catch him on a Tuesday in the heart of London, running the best night, which is Kizomba Chocolate Tuesdays. His name is Seyi, and we're going to welcome him right now. How are you doing, Seyi?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I am good, man. Thank you very, very much for coming down.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited, nervous, but yeah.
All good?
It's good. All good, all good.
Fantastic, man. So, as you know, we're only here to talk about the good stuff around Kizomba. Yeah. Now, you run one of the best nights of Kizomba, period. I'm going to say in London, but, you know, you could say, I'm going to say maybe worldwide, maybe, right? Because, you know, if anybody's in London and they're wanting to dance Kizomba, they need to check your night out on a Tuesday night in Regent Street, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've always got some of the best DJs there. It's a good vibe. And we can just say that we were there last night, weren't we?
Yes. Yeah. Till 2 in the morning.
Till
on
2
a work
a.m.
night.
So we are a little bit tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, you kept me out last night. But yeah, great place to come down to. So we're going to talk to you, find out a bit about, you know, how that operation started, why you love Kizomba, all the good stuff. Yeah. All right. But I mean, you know, we always want to start off with the first things, and you know, we want to find out a bit about you, okay? Because obviously, I've known you for some years now, you know, and I remember you as, you know, photographer, right, back in the day, yeah. So you would go around taking pictures and posting them up and that night, pretty much. But now you've built this, great night. Yeah. Obviously, I think you've taken that over in terms of running it. But so I know you a bit, people know you a bit, but we don't necessarily know a lot about you. Okay, so who is Seyi? Yeah. Tell us a bit about you. You know, anything you want to tell us, just outside of Kizomba first, really.
Outside of Kizomba, I do a lot of sort of youth work. So I do mentoring and advocacy, mainly with teens. I coach boxing and Muay Thai. So combat sports, I would say, is my first love.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then I would say my second love is a toss-up between cooking and Kizomba.
Oh, man.
So yeah, that's effectively my sort of week to week. It includes working with young people, Kizomba, combat sports, and yeah, cooking to survive. But yeah, it's all good.
So you can look after yourself.
Yeah.
You can, as in physically. Yeah. You can cook. Yeah. And you can dance. 3 good qualities I think a lot of ladies like.
Well-rounded man. I try to be
well-rounded man. Okay, cool, man. That's excellent.
Yeah.
That keeps you busy then, I guess.
Yeah, busy. Like, my week is quite busy, but thankfully, I guess, in the last few years, I've managed to make sure that everything sort of works. So I've got, like, I do have some busy days, but like I'm in schools 3 days a week. I'm coaching 2 days a week, Kizomba, my event once a week. So it still gives me time to focus on other stuff. And then also photography. Obviously, that's...
Oh, right, yeah.
I still do that on the side. But I only got into photography actually because of the Kizomba event.
Right.
Yeah. So Kizomba's been a bit of a blessing, and it's led to multiple things.
Okay.
Now, when I never thought it would.
Okay. And is it taken over more? So all those things that you described, is it taken over more of those things? You know, so you talked about, you know, your Muay Thai, cooking, all that kind of stuff. Is Kizomba like your main thing?
I say good balance of all.
Yeah.
It's the main thing in terms of, it's definitely a part of my week, which I think like many people, when I don't do it, I feel weird that week. Like if I've not had a little dance, if I've not trained, if I've not, those two things. I guess it's to do with movement of the body, and which is maybe the big appeal of Kizomba. You're getting your body to move and wake up.
Yeah.
So when I've not done those things, it does feel a bit like, what's happening right now?
Okay.
And for instance, if we don't have a Tuesday, I feel weird.
Yeah.
Because that's been every Tuesday pretty much for 13 years, with the exception of like the odd holiday and COVID, obviously. And so the 2 years my dad stopped it, every Tuesday for 13 years, I've been at Chocolate Tuesdays.
Wow.
So when now there's no Kizomba, it's like,
what's
happening?
It's kind of a missing thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it too, bro.
Yeah.
I feel it too. So, you mentioned your dad there, and
Mhm.
obviously we have to talk about your dad. So, I mean, the question is leading into how you came to Kizomba.
Yep.
So, obviously, you run Chocolate Tuesdays now,
Yep.
one of the best nights in London. So you run that now, but your dad was the one who, I guess, originated that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, talk to us a bit about, well, him then. How that all kind of started. If you,
From my understanding, he was a salsa dancer, as I feel like a lot of the um, African and Caribbean crowd that we have in the Kizomba scene, I feel like a lot of them came from salsa, especially the ones I've been dancing for a while. Then when Kizomba came to the UK, I imagine, and I've heard a few people say this, just the fact that Kizomba is more of it's more of an African and Caribbean sound. So it sounds similar, more similar to, I guess, our home music.
Mhm.
Because of that, he now got into Kizomba. After learning it for a bit, eventually put on Chocolate Tuesdays and was doing that for up until a year before COVID, I believe, until the lockdown. And then he stopped it. And then after COVID, I brought it back. But yeah, this thanks to Pops. It's thanks to Pops. If it wasn't for him, I never would have. I don't even think Kizomba would be on my radar, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
But it's led to photography. It's led to me meeting, understanding a new culture and so many different things. So it's been quite a blessing, to be fair.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And you mentioned the word there, salsa. Okay,
Mhm.
so you said he started off with salsa.
Yes.
Yeah, he found Kizomba.
Yes.
And then is it fair to say that he just left salsa after that? He just
Yeah,
went to.
I don't think I don't know when the last time he danced salsa was. But yeah, Kizomba took over for him.
Yeah.
And I understand why. Like for me, I mean, I love salsa as well. I can't dance it.
Mhm.
It's something I would like to learn at some point, maybe Cuban or Cali style salsa.
Mhm.
But yeah, Kizomba's taken over. It's the music, the sounds of the music. It's just
Yeah, man. We talk about it a lot on this show, and I'm exactly the same. Salsa, and I remember actually dancing, well, going to clubs, and your dad was there as well. So, long time ago, we used to do salsa, and then got introduced to Kizomba, and I'm literally the same as him.
Yeah.
Didn't look back. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike it. I still like it, but this dance Kizomba
Yeah.
just grabs you. All right,
100%.
just grabs you. Okay, great. So yeah, so he started all that. So talk to us then. When he was doing that, at Chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't called Chocolate then, was it? It was called Gem Bar.
So it was
It's
still
always
called
been called
Chocolate
Chocolate.
Tuesdays, but when he started it at Corks.
Yes.
Then from Corks, it went to, I think from then it went straight to Gem, which is now Be at One. Then from when Be at One took over Gem Bar originally, they said we weren't allowed to be there anymore. So they kicked us out. And then that's when he found Loop.
Right.
So it's been in three places while he was doing it. But yeah, Corks was the original one. It's so funny. I still remember Corks Wine Bar so vividly.
Yeah.
And back then I used to help out, just taking money on the door and then photography.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason I got into dancing is because one week there was no men at all.
Okay. Yeah.
And Denise, who was teaching at the time, I think it was Denise, was like, "Look, you're the only guy in the building apart from your dad.
Yeah.
Come and do a lesson."
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't really want to do it, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
And this is after 2 years of being there every Tuesday.
Wow.
So it took me
You held out that
a
long?
long time. In my defense, I was like 20.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had youth as an excuse, and I was like, it's not really my thing. But yeah, once I started, I was like, yeah, nah, I like it. And I did lessons pretty much every Tuesday from that point. Wouldn't dance in the party, but I'll do the lessons.
Okay.
But yeah, so from Corks, I think once it went to Gem Bar, Be at One now, that's when it got really popular. And I feel like Chocolate Tuesdays at Gem was the Kizomba place for many years in the Kizomba scene in London. I feel like it was a place of anyone who's been dancing Kizomba for a while in London would sort of know Gem Bar.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it was a place I think the fact it's in Central, everyone could just come. So a lot of the teachers that are teaching now and have been teaching then were all there. Even people that weren't teaching then but are teaching now were there dancing. People that are DJs all there. It's sort of like the home in a way. it sort of felt like a bit like a home for many people in Kizomba.
Yeah, no, absolutely, totally right. And it's like, like you say, it's been there for years.
Yes.
I took some of my early classes there as
Mm.
well. And, it's so well established. It's probably one of the longest running Kizomba nights that we
Maybe.
have. Yeah.
Maybe.
And people just keep coming back. It's a addiction for Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, and we're gonna keep doing it, and we don't ever want to see that go away, because you've got such a good crowd, like you say. DJs go there. You got DJs on rotation, some of the best DJs as well. Some of the best teachers go there as well. So yeah, please keep doing what you're doing.
100%.
So you talking about your dad then, and so I guess what I want to find out from you is because like I said, I remember you not dancing years ago, right? And you were always taking pictures. Yeah. So when did you kind of pick it up and decide, you know what? I actually like this. I know you said you were just talking about the classes that you had.
Yeah.
I actually like this. And obviously you had a conversation with your dad because he was going to not do it anymore. But when did you say, because I guess you could have given it to somebody else, right? Or whatever. But, you took the reins. So why did you decide to do that? And, what made you think that,
Chance.
just chance?
I'll be very honest. I had no intention.
Yeah.
Like no intention of doing it. So I guess my love for dancing Kizomba, again, it sort of happened in lockdown.
Yeah.
So even before that, again, I was at Kizomba places. I would go out maybe, or on a Tuesday, I would dance every now and again. I would always do the lessons because I'm around it. But I wouldn't say at that point I really loved it. I had the love for it. And then it was during lockdown when there was those little house parties that weren't meant to be happening. That didn't happen, shall I say. I went to a few of those. Shout out Zoza.
Okay.
And yeah, it was in those parties I was like, I really enjoy this. It was not, I think, hindsight being 2020 and thinking about it now, it was just being able to connect with people again.
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened in lockdown and we were just coming together to dance, it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where I got my love for dancing it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd always enjoyed the music, but dancing it myself
Mm-hmm.
came from that lockdown. And then how the club came about, again, it wasn't intended. So to the point whereby I actually remember my sister telling me years ago, this is when my dad was doing the event, she has premonitions, and she's
okay.
Stuff she says, like they come
Comes.
to pass, like she's spiritual. I remember her telling me, she called me up one night and was like, I've just had like this sort of dream that you're gonna do a Kizomba event. It will like be quite successful, be popular, and it will be sort of better than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it will be an improvement on it. She called me, I was like, no way, like it won't happen. But then after lockdown, I went to one of my friends' events at the Macbeth. So that's where it was when I started it back. I was a bit drunk.
Okay.
I became friends with the bar owner.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just had a bromance that night. And he sort of said, look, if you want to do an event, come and do it here.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I don't really do events, but if anything, I'll try Kizomba. And literally just like that, tried it. First 6 months was very difficult. I don't think I could have continued if it wasn't for my dad, because my dad did support in that first 6 months, because there was weeks at the Macbeth whereby people weren't spending money behind the bar.
Yeah.
So I'd have to cover the bar spend, and my dad helped me out a lot with things like that. But then after those 6 months, I realized the Macbeth wouldn't work just because of location. So I went to be at one, had some conversations with them and convinced them to let us try a dance there. And I think it was a mix of good timing because they were trying to recover from lockdown.
Yeah.
And then also, I'm quite good at convincing people. If I want to be, I could be kind of...
That was going to be my next question to you. How did you do that?
I'm actually, I'm good at building rapport.
Yeah.
And I was able to build like a nice relationship with them. So they allowed me to bring Kizomba back then. And since it's been at Be At One again, it's just been getting better and better.
Absolutely.
And I'm very thankful for that. And thankfully, they, as a
Mhm.
company, as a host venue, they love the event.
Yeah.
They
Oh, that's good.
love Tuesdays.
Yeah.
They like the crowd. So thank you to everyone who comes, because it's the energy of people there that's amazing. They love the crowd. They even like the vibe. Like a lot of times the bouncers, the security want to come down and do little dances. The people behind the bar are just like, when the lessons are going on, they're trying to learn Kizomba. So it's nice. It just fits. Like it fits very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it's come about now. But it was something I never intended to do. Had you asked me 3 years ago, yeah, 3, 4 years ago, I would have been like, nah,
It's amazing how
it's not
things turn
possible.
around, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Amazing.
Like the Lord, however you want to say it, puts things in your path at certain times, and
Absolutely,
they can
man.
work.
Oh, that's amazing. Sorry, I'm just laughing because you were talking about some of the security guards dancing, and I've definitely,
Yeah.
I've definitely seen that when I've been down there, man. Yeah, they're just getting down, getting down,
Yeah, just enjoy it.
enjoying it. That's what the music does to you, man. When you
That's it.
even security, they just start
That's
moving their
it.
hips or whatever.
And I think also because it's the other thing I'm seeing is because it's downstairs and they're still doing their normal bar upstairs. A lot of times people would come downstairs to go toilet,
Yeah.
and obviously the gents' toilet is right there, and you'll see they'll walk and then they'll hear the music, they'll turn and see the crowd, and they're like,
Yeah.
they'll stop and stare for a bit as like, what's happening here? And
Exactly.
they just look so so interested.
Exactly.
And then so it is a nice way to sort of get people to, oh, what's this? What's going on? And then obviously explain, come for lessons and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's nice.
No. It's good. So let's talk a bit about, because you were talking about the Macbeth.
Yes.
So, but basically, obviously, Gem Bar has been in that spot for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, that's the spot we know. Yeah. It's Gem Bar. We know how the club looks. We know the feel of it. And people don't necessarily like change anyway. Right. But we don't really want to change. But there was a point where it wasn't there. It just literally wasn't there on a Tuesday. It stopped. Right. And then you went through these other places. What was that time like? Were you kind of involved at that point, or how was it feeling?
I was involved only in the sense of being there to support my dad.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like I the whole time my dad was organizing the event, I never got involved in any organization.
Okay.
So I was just there to take photos and help out on the door. But I guess even from my perspective then, I could see like the difference between being at Gem and being at Loop.
Exactly.
It's huge.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the whole atmosphere just changed. I think there's something about Gem, or be at one now, which is the size of it. It makes things feel a bit more intimate.
Yeah.
So it's not too big. Like the Loop was too big. And even though it was 5 minutes down the road, yeah, it's so people just really don't like change because
Absolutely.
5 minutes down the road, but still it didn't attract the same people. I think maybe the size of it has a big part to play. And now it's, which is why since it's been back, it's been, people are coming back. And it's even now in the last 6 months, I'm seeing more people that used to come 10 years ago that I've not seen in 10 years. But I see their face, I remember your face.
Yeah.
And everyone's starting to sort of come back
That's
slowly. Even if it's not every week, but from time to time they'll come.
That's what's good, because sometimes I'll come down there, then it's like, oh, I haven't seen this person for a very long time. And it's like, sometimes it's completely different. It's like, but the music's always there.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Yeah. So no.
And I think even the fact that it's been going on for so long, it helps to create the family feel, which I like about it. And it's something that when I did start it, I wanted to make sure I tried to foster. I want people to come and feel like home. Because I've always liked hosting. Like every summer I have a barbecue.
Oh, nice.
Every summer.
Yeah.
People come round, I'll cook, you lot chill. I've got the food on the grill. And it was, in my head, it was a sort of similar, I wanted to create a similar vibe. Like you're coming to my house. And it's like, cool, come to my house, enjoy yourselves.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about anything. And it does help that, there's people that we've known there for so long.
Yeah.
Because already it means that it's easy to talk. It's easier to just talk and connect with people. It's nice.
No, and I like that what you said there about coming to your house and wanting to do that whole hosting thing, because when you come at it from that kind of perspective, and it's basically giving joy to people, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, because this dance brings you a lot of joy,
Yeah.
pretty much. You know what I mean? So, and that's why we're here, to spread the joy of Kizomba to as
100%.
many people as we can reach.
100%.
But anyway,
Like being at the door
Yeah.
now, and like I guess as I'm watching more now than I used to when I was doing photography, like there's been times I've seen people come in after work and they look heavy.
Yeah.
Like they really look like, yo, today's been long. Give it an hour and a half of dancing, they're a different person when they've left the building. And yeah, bringing that, it feels good to see that. It feels good to see people sort of come in, like maybe be a bit shy because they don't know anyone, but within maybe a week or two, it's like they've exchanged numbers with people and they've got their own little community going on.
Yeah.
These are the sort of things I really like about it.
Exactly. And they're building friendships and all that kind of stuff, man. Great. Great.
Nice.
Why Tuesdays? Why did your dad pick Tuesday?
I don't have a clue, you know. I don't have a clue.
Thursday or
I'll tell you what, I don't have a clue. Maybe, I don't know if back then, I think there might have been a few things going on other days of the week. Like,
Okay.
What day was Nomads? Nomads might have been a Thursday back then.
Nomad, another club back in the day.
Yeah.
I forgot about Nomad. Okay, yeah.
So
Nomad.
I think maybe just in terms of what day was free.
Okay.
I think what day was free and what day was possible to find a venue, because finding a venue on a Friday or Saturday is super hard.
Yeah.
Because dancers don't drink, and obviously bars want a bar spend. So it's just more, I reckon it was more of a thing of, this is what we can do.
Yeah.
In terms of, we don't want to clash with anyone else and we need to find something which is affordable. I assume that's why Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no rhyme or reason behind it, just luck of the draw.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, okay,
so.
we're going to target Tuesdays, this is going to be a good plan. It just happened to be
Just
that
happened to be. And so I think when I took over and I started the Macbeth, I did do Thursdays for a bit.
Okay.
I did. Because I think my thinking at the time was Thursdays is the new Fridays. But Chocolate Tuesdays works.
Yeah.
I don't know why it works.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are out until 2 a.m. every Tuesday, but
yeah.
yeah, it just happens to work.
Man.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw.
Yeah, luck of the draw.
And it's just stuck.
It's stuck.
People miss it people miss their Tuesdays when they don't get to do it.
I think, so building that habit. I think the habit's there. So it's just like, you know what? I'm starting to see, as I speak to people more, it's people sort of see coming to Kizomba like maybe going to the gym or going to a Pilates class or going to whatever you do on your weekly. This is my block for myself. It's like that.
Yeah.
So once you've started something, you don't want to change the day.
No, absolutely. Yeah, no, keep it up, my friend. Keep it up.
I mean, the Thursdays would be nice because I don't work on a Friday.
Oh, okay.
But
nobody's ready for that change.
Yeah, no. Not really.
Give us plenty of notice.
To be honest, we've got mirrors on a Thursday.
Okay, so there you go. Exactly. All right. So you touched on the fact that you obviously love Kizomba. I love Kizomba. All the people that come to your event love Kizomba. Where was your first lesson with Denise, or where did you take your first lesson? Corks. Yeah.
I want to say it was Denise.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was Denise because I remember her effectively like having to pull me by the teeth to come in.
Oh yeah.
And Denise has that sort of energy to be like, yo, you're coming. Whether you like it or not, you're coming to dance today. And yeah, it was literally only because it was me and my dad, the only guys in the building. Like, the shortage of men has been an issue. I feel like it's in the dance scene in general, not just Kizomba, salsa, bachata. But it's been an issue since back then. And it was only because of that I tried.
Okay.
And during that time, I would do the lessons, as I said, but I wouldn't dance in the social.
Yeah.
And one thing I realized actually I only got better once I really started dancing in the social. I could dance in the lessons, but that's like, especially the way I learned with my body, like I could pick that up quite quickly. But then putting it into practice in the social is actually how I like improved the dance.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been over 10 years now of dancing Kizomba, learning Kizomba.
How was your first lesson? How did you find it? If you can remember.
I mean, I didn't want to do it, so I was just nervous. It was just a big thing of I was nervous. I didn't feel comfortable. And I'm also someone, I could be a bit by nature, which I guess is opposite to me being a host,
Mhm.
is like I'm very within myself.
Mhm.
So I think especially when I was 20,
Mhm.
it's like I don't really want to be around people
Yeah.
like this and doing something which feels so uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Um, because anything I had done at that point was only football or boxing.
Okay.
So dancing was new to me, and I'm
Yeah.
not a dancer.
Yeah.
Like I've never been a dancer. If you see me in a club, I'm bubbling by the bar
Mm.
with my Guinness and
Mhm.
a two-step. It's nothing more
Yeah.
than that. But so Kizomba was really coming out of my comfort zone,
Okay.
which is why I sort of understand when I speak to like my male friends, I'm trying to get them to come down. I understand the hesitancy, and also the fact that I had to lead the dance. I think that made me more nervous as well. It's like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of fear.
Yeah.
But once you come over that fear, it's just
Exactly.
like it's walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Effectively,
Literally
in
that.
essence, it's really not complicated if you don't overthink it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just nervousness around that.
So
But I think my age was the biggest part of it
Yeah.
because like I was 20 and no one else was at that time. No one else my age was in the space.
Yeah.
Everyone was like my father's guests. So they're
So you saw it as an older person's thing,
yeah.
basically.
But yeah, I saw it as an older person's thing. It's like this is my dad's thing. It's I'm here to help, but it's not my love.
Yeah. Wow. So we've gone from that to
So
having one of the best nights.
yeah.
Over there. All right. So how long then in total has um, Gem Chocolate Tuesdays?
Chocolate Tuesdays. 13,
How long was 13 years?
I believe.
For
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
I believe 2024 now. Yeah, 13 years.
Wow, that's a long, long time.
Long time.
That's a long time. And like I say, I remember, back in the days going there, doing some of my early classes in there.
Yeah.
A range of different teachers going through there. So it's been a great experience. So it's been running for that length of time,
Yeah.
solidly, consistently, and then this little thing called COVID happens
Yes.
to the world, right? So the impact of that. Do you remember that, and how did that affect things?
In terms of I think my dad stopped Tuesdays before COVID hit.
Okay.
To be fair,
Mhm.
so I think it being at Loop, and I think it was a mix of when it moved venues, it was never the same, and then my dad had been doing it for such a long time. I think he was just tired of certain things, which I understand. So during COVID, I guess the biggest thing for me was I got the chance to just dance on my own accord. So it was actually a positive thing for me personally. Yeah, I think for me personally, it was just like I got the chance to just on my own volition, I'm going to go dance, and fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Fell in love with the connection. But I think also, I think maybe why Kizomba's because since COVID, I'll say Kizomba's growing at a faster rate.
Okay, it's interesting.
And I'd maybe say that the element of COVID which affected that is, again, we weren't able to connect with people. But I think the big draw of Kizomba is the connection element. Especially if you can feel safe in a person in that dance, it's an amazing feeling. So I think maybe that 2 years where we couldn't see people. And then once we're now cool, we're able to come out and connect again. It's like, it's nice.
Absolutely. So are you finding that you're getting lots of newer people, more people trying it then?
Yes.
Yeah,
especially in the last year.
In the last year, yeah.
That was one of my big sort of goals into like when I started this, or once I started coming back to Jam, be at one. It was I guess seeing the facts initially, it was the same faces from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It was, which is cool, nothing wrong with it, but I would like to see some younger people, or not younger people, some newer people, just because more, some people are still there, but a lot of people stopped coming. So we need as people are leaving, we need people coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, attracting people has been a big part of it, and I think a big thing that people are attracted to is that connection element. Yeah.
So let me ask you then, because you mentioned this about lack of men.
Yes.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? Any ideas as to why?
Scared. No other reason. They're just scared
What
to
are they
come out
scared
of their
of?
comfort. Just scared. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
It's something like, for instance, my friends. I've been telling them about Kizomba for 10 years plus.
Okay, so what do you say to them?
I've tried everything.
Yeah.
I've tried everything. Even my friends that can dance.
Mm.
So like one of my best mates, he's Congolese, and like Congolese is amazing dancers in general. He's an amazing dancer. He will never dance Kizomba.
Okay.
He's come a few times, so he'll come stand and watch. Never dance it. Why? Oh, it's just not my thing. But it's like, what do you mean it's not your thing? You've not tried it. Like, give it a try. I think it's just the fear of the fact that we need to lead, maybe.
Okay.
That we need to lead the dance, and then just overcoming that thing of I need to learn something new, potentially. But this mindset now, I can't understand it.
It's interesting.
I understand it. Again, me 20.
Yeah.
I understand the 20, like as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
I get it. Because at 20, I wasn't trying to do this sort of stuff. But you're older now.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go.
Oh, it's interesting. And is it? So obviously you notice it at your event, but when you go around, you notice it the same. Is it less men?
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. From what I've seen, there's been a few, maybe more of the. I've been to maybe a few like palop events, which is not strictly Kizomba, whereby it's more even. But then one thing I've noticed there, and I was speaking to some of the palop guys about this over the last few weeks, yesterday as well. A lot of the guys don't dance. They actually don't know how to dance Kizomba.
All right, that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, like I was talking about this with some of the guys yesterday, and there was like, yeah, typically they don't dance. And I mean, I've got through Kizomba, I've made a lot of palop friends, and I've noticed the girls are more likely to dance than the guys.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't understand why.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a thing.
I mean, I hope you can change it. I guess actually, as I've been doing the lessons, I do see a lot of nervousness from guys that are coming fresh.
Okay. Yeah. And that's
so it's just maybe the nervousness is just stopping them from going. So usually when like I speak to people about Kizomba that are new, like if I'm out and about, say for instance, when I'm on the way to the gym to do work or whatever, if I see a couple, I tell them I'll come Kizomba, but I talk to the girl.
Okay. Yeah.
But like bring him.
Yeah.
And come Kizomba. That's what I usually try to do. Because I found women are usually more up for it than the guys are.
It's really interesting to hear.
Yeah. But I hope we can change it.
Yeah.
So guys, come down.
Yeah.
Ladies, bring your guys. Yeah. We need some fellas in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I resonate a bit there about the nervousness, though. I think just thinking back now to some of my earlier, when I first started as well, and I remember trying to dance, and he's kind of close as well, all that kind of stuff, and why are you so close to me? And I'm a guy, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but so I get that about the nervousness.
That actually, the closeness of it is another element. I think we're living in the West, we're not used to like physical contacts in that way.
Yeah.
In that way. And being so close to people without a sort of connotation or something attached to it.
Exactly.
So sort of unlearning that sort of behavior to a degree, and it's just it's just the.
Well, the thing is that can be unlearned quick if you start
You just have to jump in. You just have to jump in.
No, that's cool. All right, so this is great. Thanks, Seyi. This is great. So what I want to find out from you is, how does it feel then? How does it feel to you to know that you are providing a great weekly event for people, in the UK every week? So that responsibility is yours, really. And people are coming to your event and they're getting so much out of it. How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels, especially on the days where I see people sort of come in heavy, leave light, where I see people make new friends, where I see people when I see the impact it has on them, that's nice to see. I guess it's similar to like the youth work I do and sort of seeing the impact I have on the young people. That same sort of fulfillment to a degree.
Mhm.
It's nice, and it sort of makes it. I could be quite antisocial. So Tuesdays can be hard for me certain times.
Mhm.
But it makes all of that just like it's nice.
Mm.
I like seeing people enjoy.
Yeah.
Which is why even and I don't necessarily need to like be involved in the enjoyment.
Mhm.
So even when I have barbecues, and people always ask me when I have barbecues, oh, like stop working, stop cooking, like come enjoy. I'm like, nah, I don't. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Watching you guys enjoy yourself
Okay,
is
yeah.
enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that, which is why oftentimes on a Tuesday I could just sit in my little or stand in my little corner just watching people and enjoy themselves and have fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So would you say you're more of an introvert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't believe that, which I understand. If you just see me on a Tuesday, you wouldn't think so.
Mhm.
But there's a reason why typically on a Wednesday no one hears from me.
Okay. Are you recovering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday, you can call my phone.
Well, it's a Wednesday today, so thanks for coming down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually on Wednesdays, yeah, antisocial. Yeah, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
I'm an introvert. But again, which is why I like Tuesdays though, because I like hosting. I love meeting people. I'll do all that. But again, now once the party starts,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to. As long as everyone's okay,
Yeah.
You lot are okay, and that works for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It gives me the good balance. All right, cool. I can have my time to myself and
Yeah.
but also be around people. So I like to be around the enjoyment, not necessarily be involved
In the enjoyment.
in the enjoyment.
Yeah.
But I could dip my toe in when I want.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I think we need to get a menu in Be It One from you, man. Cook up some food there. Bring some food down there.
This
Yeah.
is now
You know
the
what I
food
mean?
element is the one thing I'm trying to bring
Yeah.
involved in this because I'm a feeder.
Mm.
I love feeding people.
Mhm.
So now if I could combine the Kizomba and the food, I'll be happy.
Should get like a menu up there, you know, people can order food, turn it into a big thing. Well, anyway,
It's
just me talking, man.
If it's only the bar. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for that venue,
Oh, just the bar.
yeah,
Okay, okay. So
they're funny with food.
right.
But hopefully this year I'm working on some stuff, which is outside of Tuesdays, but will allow us to have food and Kizomba.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, watch this space.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, it's coming soon.
Food and Kizomba. What a great combination.
Listen,
All right, so let's talk about then, you know, obviously we're here to talk about your event and that's great, but are there any other events that you like to go to? And obviously you've probably made some good connections, good friends,
Yeah.
you know, doing this for a long time now. And obviously we have other events in London as well. So are there any other events that you like to go to outside of chocolate?
that I like to go to, so Thursdays, Mira's event. I like to go to O'Neill's, whether that's on the Friday or the last Sunday, the Versailles when it's on. In terms of Kizomba, those are the ones that I usually go to, but that's more because I know the people that
Yeah.
organize, like, so we've got a good relationship.
Yeah.
And also the crowd. I like the crowd there, so they're usually the places I go to. But recently I've been traveling outside of London more, and I've really been enjoying that.
Okay.
I've really been enjoying that.
Yeah.
So I was in Birmingham this weekend, gone for Big Kiz. I go to Bristol a lot, so for Emmanuel's event, and also I've been to Bristol. I did Bristol's New Year's event. I was in Bristol for Southwest Kiz as well. And yeah, I'm really enjoying traveling around. Manchester, I've been up one time to Manchester. I'm going to do Manchester a bit more. So yeah, I do like going out every now and again. A bit more than now and again recently. I've been in my Kizomba bag recently.
No, that's really good. Eddie, are they all, you know, how are they different to the London scene, or are they all just different in their own right?
I'll say just different in their own right.
Yeah.
Hard to say. I guess maybe in the London scene, you're more likely to get a couple more palette people, just because in London there's maybe more palettes, but that's changes now as you get more up north, because I think there's a big palette community in like Leeds, Manchester sides.
Okay.
Peterborough.
Oh wow.
Peterborough apparently has got a big palette scene. Not that I've been there. So yeah, I think in London I generally see a bit more palette people. But other than that, there's not really. I think the Kizomba scene, wherever you go, it's a social scene, so it does have a welcoming vibe. wherever you go, it's just the people that might change. And maybe in London, it's a bit, from what I've seen, it's more diverse in terms of age
Okay.
and demographic.
Yeah.
So yeah, in London, we're especially Tuesdays more so, I think. But yeah, no, I think I can speak on Tuesdays because obviously I'm seeing Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But I think even outside of Tuesdays, there's more younger people coming into Kizomba.
Yeah.
And when I've been outside of London, I don't know if I've seen that in the same way.
Okay.
But I could be wrong because I obviously only go like once every few months.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong on that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just as an outside perspective.
Okay. No, cool. All right. So obviously spreading the joy of Kizomba all around the UK, which is good.
Yeah.
So let's big up our people in London, just because obviously we're based in London. So you mentioned Miro Coca-Cola. So usually on a Thursday night.
Lux Thursdays.
Usually there. Currently Lux. Then you mentioned O'Neill's.
O'Neill's, that's with Izzy. That's every Friday. They've changed the name. I can't remember what they've changed the name to. Also O'Neill's last Sunday of the month, Adriana.
Okay. Yeah.
The Vassal with Manon.
Yeah.
Rico's got his new event that opened up, I think, last week.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to go to that, but like that's one I would go to.
Yeah.
Seyi's got his event on a Saturday. I think they had to have the last one. Finding venues.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now
that's
the issues of venues is now another conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're big up everyone who does the Kizomba, who's promoting Kizomba.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, and trying to spread the culture.
Spread the joy of Kizomba to as many people as we can reach.
Yeah. And you know what? It's the music that will get people.
Exactly.
Like, so my friend who was helping me out on the door, obviously he's been helping me out for maybe 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, he's been calling me up, Shay, what's this song?
Okay.
And he's trying to sing the song to me over the phone. It's like, okay, you're starting now.
Yeah.
It's starting to get its hooks in. Once the hooks are in, then we'll reel you in.
Yes, that music, man.
So yeah, it's the music.
Okay.
Music.
Cool. So that's UK.
Yes.
Have you been to any festivals?
That's something I want to start doing this year. The one I really want to go to next is, I wanted to go last year. I think it's called Soriso. That's in France, Poitiers, I believe. I'm likely to do that in April. But I've not really been to many, you know.
Okay.
It's something I would like to do more of.
Yeah.
Main reason is when I travel, I'm a bit of a wanderer.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's cool. Like I'm not necessarily trying to go to one place and just stay in one place and dance.
Yeah.
If I'm going somewhere, I want to see the culture. I want to see different places. So I'm exploring.
Yeah.
That's typically why I've not been. But this year, as I'm trying to push the dance more, I know I need to be around the dance more.
Yeah.
So it's.
I have to say, festivals are great just for getting a different scene out of London. But what you find as well is that you probably see quite a few people from here at those festivals as well.
100%.
It's not a bad thing, but you can see a familiar face. But you get a lot of different dances as well, and it just make you a little bit more richer as well. So yeah, definitely.
To be honest, I've noticed that even leaving London and just being in other places in the UK, you always see a few Londoners. Always. Yeah. But it is nice to see people that you don't see all the time. It's nice to see people that you don't get to dance with all the time. Yeah, so I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
And I look forward to experiencing that now outside of the UK.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Definitely. Okay, yeah, no, good. Good luck with that. So how then we are talking about it now, but I just want you to articulate it in your words. How has Kizomba impacted your life directly? What would you say? So you made some, good friends.
Made some really good friends. Big on, like, I've loved experiencing the palette culture. So like, even from things in terms of food, being around like some of my friends and like their family parties and whatnot, it's just nice. I'm now learning Portuguese.
Same here.
It's got reasons to
How
learn.
you finding that?
Difficult. Yeah, difficult. I do wish I had like studied languages properly from a younger
Yeah.
age. But it's difficult. But I've had some extra motivation to learn Portuguese. How else would I say it's impacted me? It's even getting me out of my comfort zone to dance it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm not a dancer.
Yeah.
It's like I love the music. I love the dance, but again, because I'm not a dancer. It's like it does get certain times I have to sort of work myself up to it.
Yeah.
How else would I say it's impacted me? I've been able to just connect with a wide variety of people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm meeting people every week.
Yeah.
I'm seeing people every week. There's people there that I've known for 10, 15 years that I never would have come across.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, I think just because the scene is, thankfully, I see on Tuesdays, it's good people there, like some real cool people. So for instance, let's say like Quinton, like I've known this guy for ages. It's only since I've started running Tuesdays that we actually started like talking.
So just who's Quinton? Sorry.
Another one of the Kizomba dancers.
Cool.
In the scene, always dancing, always on that dance floor. But yeah, we found out like maybe 6 months ago we both share love for combat sports. So it's like it's just nice to be able to connect with different people. And it has made me stop being antisocial to a degree, because I have to certain times come out of myself to talk.
Yeah.
So all good things.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because, like I said, we're trying to find out a bit about you, and not necessarily a lot of people know that you are antisocial. Don't come across that way. So, I'm learning as well that you're an introvert, same as me. Snap. I'm learning that you not a natural dancer, same as me. Snap. All right, and again,
that's surprising for you because you dance so well,
No, lots to learn.
Lots to learn.
Lots to learn, man. I don't think I'm a good dancer by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, so we share that in common, and I think I think this has definitely brought me out of my shell as well. I mean, I dance a lot. I know you know that because you see me dance a lot, right? But I don't necessarily think that I'm a good dancer. So I think I'm dancing a lot to try and just
improve.
Just try it, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think I've touched every part of your dance floor on Tuesdays throughout the years, man.
Just making the rounds.
Walking around. No, but cool. And listen, thanks for sharing. So what about some of because obviously you're running a night. Yeah, you're running a night. So you're meeting, promoters, DJs, So how is your relationships with those kind of people, artists maybe? Have you built some connections in that space?
Yeah. I mean, I would most probably meet more people if I was more of I guess extrovert to a degree.
Okay.
But again, where my nature is, I'll speak to you if you speak to me. And that's my nature everywhere. So because of that, there's a lot of people that maybe I've been in the same vicinity as, but I've never spoken to or whatever. But those that I do speak to, like the other organizers, the DJs, anyone I'm introduced to, like it's a really nice relationship.
Yeah.
Even when I was in Birmingham this weekend, I met some of the guys from Manchester that dance up in Manchester, some Palop guys, and it's just being able to speak to them about like their views on the scene and whatnot is really nice.
Yeah.
And I think where we all have all the people I have in mind, we all have like a similar vision in terms of wanting to promote Kizomba and wanting to make sure that it's to a degree sort of stays true to its roots. I've got a good relationship with anyone that has that, and I've spoken to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I've got a bad relationship with anyone because there's no need to.
Yeah, there's no need at all. Not here, not in this game. No.
Yeah. So yeah, just positive relationships.
Yeah.
It's been nice. And I think down the line, hopefully like collaborations and stuff, and anything that will just help to make the scene bigger.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Promote Kizomba.
Definitely. I think that collaboration piece is definitely big. So yeah, let's keep doing that. Okay. So I know that Chocolate, you've got a active WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So there's some people on there, and
That I
obviously
could be more active in
it's all
personally.
good. But I know, and obviously I see the messages that come on those as well, and usually it's usually saying great night, great DJ, great music, I mash up all this kind of stuff, yeah,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So in terms of that, I guess what I'm trying to say is here you have your regular people that come, yeah. So what's some of the general feedback that you get from your regular, people that come to the event?
um, I'll say that they just like the space and the energy. I think they like the energy of it.
Yeah.
I think the energy is the biggest thing. And it's that homely feeling.
Hmm.
But that homely feeling comes because it feels like you're around family.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that's most probably the most feedback I hear.
Yeah.
Apart from that, it's just, I mean, everyone's got a bit, like, some people have DJs they like, some people have DJs
Yeah.
like, not DJs they like and don't like. They have like, some people like more Semba, some people like more Kizomba, some people like more Ghetto Zouk. So it's like, it's finding a balancing of everything is difficult, but it's manageable.
Yeah.
It's manageable.
It's manageable. And I mean, and on the whole, like I say, when I read those messages, everybody's always positive and having a good time and just like, when's Tuesday coming again? I'm like, people, calm down. That's what I see anyway. But you mentioned people have their preferences. Yeah. So what's yours? What do you like? Do you like Kizomba, Semba, Tereshina, Ghetto Zouk?
I like Kizomba and Semba most because I like the step and pasadash. I like the way people step more so than anything. For me and Tereshina, so same reason why I could be a bit funny when it comes to the Zouk they dance here, and I don't dance things like sensual bachata because it's too much for me to just do with anyone.
Okay.
I'd have to, I'm a very tactile person
by
nature, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But I'm like a cat. I'm tactile on my terms.
Okay.
So it's like, if you're not someone, then don't touch me. So yeah, I prefer personally Semba and Kizomba, even in terms of listening to the music.
Yeah.
The music, but dancing and like moving my body, Semba or Kizomba.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of energy in Semba, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously fast Kizomba as well. So yeah, no, I totally get that. Okay, so that's what's going to get you up on the dance floor most of the time.
Yeah. Something whereby I can really step.
Yeah.
And like play with the music. So yeah, that's the stuff for me for sure.
No, cool. Do you have any, I mean, well, how often do you listen to Kizomba outside of Tuesdays? Are you out and about listening to it? Is it in your car?
It'll be in my car certain times. If I'm at home and I just fancy a little dance in the mirror, I'll dash it on. But usually when it comes to me and music, I put my Spotify in shuffle.
Yeah.
And just whatever comes on. So I could be on Backstreet Boys 1 second, Kizomba, then some reggae, then it would just vary. But yeah, I definitely have my mood to abide. I'm ready to dance.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Are there any like tracks that maybe a couple of tracks that you can say to us that that you like really like?
Just in terms of his voice as an artist, Philo de Zua.
Philo de Zua. Okay.
Yeah. He's got a few songs. He actually posted one on the Chocolate Instagram and he responded. I was like, wait.
Oh, you responded?
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, this is crazy.
Cool.
So yeah, he's got quite a few that I really like. There was one guy from years. I don't know if he's released anything recently, but Calixto Ferreira. He had a few songs as well that I really like. And again, both of them have voices which to me are quite distinct. So I like people with something just distinct about their voices.
And these Kizomba or are they Semba or they?
So just from what I understand, Philo de Zua will do a bit of both.
Okay.
Calixto Ferreira. The album I've got on my phone is a Kizomba album.
Okay.
But I've not listened to the whole.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not knowledgeable enough to say that with any authority. Who else is there that I like? There's more.
Yeah, no, just wanted a couple, so it's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If anything, those two come to mind, like off
Straight
rip.
off, yeah. Okay, people, so you can Google those. Check out the music.
Yeah. Check out the music is one thing I say when it comes to Kizomba. So one of the things I'm going to start doing to help bring people into Kizomba is just sharing music.
Okay.
Like on the socials and whatnot, just
Yeah.
getting people that haven't heard the music. Because more often than not, if I've like posted something, people will hear it and be like, oh, I like this song. Or even my cousin, who's a producer, we used to live together, so I play music loud quite often. Send me this song, which is that, like, he's just hearing it and just liking it.
Yeah,
it's got such an appeal, the music.
Yeah,
such an appeal. Even if you don't understand Portuguese or you don't understand what's being said, it's like it's just it resonates.
Absolutely. So you're a music lover then? So all different genres that you play. Okay, cool. All right. So in terms of Chocolate Tuesdays, then, what are your plans then for the future? Where do you want to take it next?
I would like to food and dance is the next big one for me. I would like to maybe branch out into something which is maybe involves like traveling trips for the community. So anything to create more of a community. Yeah. So that as a community, cool, let's go somewhere. Yeah. And we're dancing and we're doing things like this. So more community experiences. I think, and again, just because I feel like community is one of the big draws for Chocolate Tuesdays. Because there is a nice community there, and not to say that everyone's one big community. People have their own little pockets of people that whatever it may be, that's fine. But it's that, so it's to promote that, more of that. I would like to maybe try to bring, like, when it comes to festivals, Chocolate Kizomba goes to wherever. So things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be the next one for me.
Yeah. So that'd be great.
And just keep growing Tuesdays, keep doing what we can to help to bring new people into Kizomba and help them to learn the dance. Yeah. So promoting workshops, things like this. I think the main focus right now is to attract new people and get new people to dance well. And from what I hear, not that because I've not been, but I hear that when it comes to like Kizomba, like globally, people from the UK don't have like a great reputation in terms of quality of dance. Okay. From what I understand, it's what people are telling me. But so if that's the case, I'm trying to change that. Okay. I'm trying to change that. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. From what I hear. That's what you hear. Don't shoot the messenger.
No, okay. Well, I mean, and this is the thing. That's why I was saying, if you go to festivals, you experience a different level of dancers in some of them. You know what I mean? So it's always good to go and try and just, the thing is, we're always trying. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm trying to get better all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just keep on pushing it.
Like when I think of someone who sort of embodies that, Charlie.
Yes. Okay. So he's a Kizomba teacher,
dancer. You see him all the time. He's always wearing a suit. When his hair's long, his hair sort of goes ginger blonde.
Okay. Oh yes. Yes. Okay.
So for instance, I know Charlie travels quite a bit to dance, and he's just always dancing. Yes. And his Kizomba is really good.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
Really good.
Very good. Very good. So I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I've met some good people doing Kizomba because I love Charles. He's dope. Yeah,
Charlie, we're gonna get you on the show at some point.
Yeah, talk about your Kizomba. That'd be a good one.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. No. Absolutely that. So, all right. So that's cool. So that's some of the plans, and those plans sound really good. I mean, if you can do those events, I think you're gonna get a lot of people.
The food one for me is the next big one.
Food one.
Because also I would like to kind of want people to taste my food.
I want to taste it.
I kind of want people. So if I could run a barbecue,
you've put that out there now, man.
Chef up, yeah. Because I've been working on a few um recipes for down the line and when I want to do something else.
Mm.
And yeah, I want people to eat.
So obviously the weather that we get in this country. So obviously it's not summer. We do the barbecue. So is it like every June, every August you have it, or
Yeah, usually August, June, August, I'll do it.
okay, cool.
So when I was living in the East, we did a few. Even when I was like back at my parents, I'd have like little barbecues.
And is it a mixture of music, or is it just Kizomba, or you just do a mix of music?
So when I've done these barbecues, because they're for like my friends aren't into Kizomba.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just a mix of music. But I will do a Kizomba thing.
You should do Kizomba barbecue.
Oh, that's the space. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That'd be
one.
good. That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Okay,
That'd
cool.
be amazing.
We're holding you to that, man.
And you know, I actually might have found a venue for it, like somewhere we could do it.
Wicked.
Yeah. The only thing is, when it comes to locations, I know it's in Northwest.
Okay.
So like people from South London.
Yeah.
The same way I don't like going to South.
Yeah.
I know people from South will be at Northwest. It's a bit far.
Come on, guys. Just come and just party. Yeah.
Come and enjoy.
No, cool. Well, we're looking forward to that. So one thing I want to ask you though is about DJs.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just a question I'm just curious about. So obviously every week we have different DJs.
Yeah.
Some weeks you might have them repeat it or whatever. But I'm just curious to think about how you make. Is there a rota for DJs, or how do you? What necessarily happens just off the cuff? Or
I should get better with like making it a rota. If I'm being honest, but I've not had a rota. It's sort of like just as we speak. It's like,
okay,
can you come? But what it's led to is like, for instance, so it's been a while since certain DJs have come because I've not been organized with it. But then if someone messages me like I want to play, I'll be like, cool, this is free.
Yeah.
But I will get better with doing a rota. It can be hard at times because people at the same time I'm hearing from people, we want this guy, we want this guy, we want this guy from every angle. It's like, what do we do?
Yeah.
But I guess there's maybe a set of like 7, 8 DJs.
Yeah.
Let's just rotate them. I need to get better with organizing that.
Okay, yeah, no, just a question. I was just curious. But all right, so with that then, have you ever felt the pressure?
Oh yeah.
It's like, okay, Tuesday's coming up. I haven't got a DJ. Has that ever happened?
I mean, I've never not had a DJ.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I've never not had a DJ. I've always had a DJ ready.
Yeah.
But like, there's definitely pressure when it comes to keeping the crowd happy, keeping DJs happy, keeping teachers happy, because people wanna come and teach, they wanna come and DJ, they wanna do whatever. Yeah. But again, there's so many people that DJ, that teach.
Yeah.
So getting everybody in at times can be a bit like, and especially because again, my organization of it isn't strict rota.
Okay.
So yeah, a bit of pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, look, whoever shows up, you always have a good time. So it's all good.
I was actually thinking of learning how to DJ myself.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Because I feel sorry for DJs because they've got so much pressure on them. So yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
They do. It'll be another string to your bow from the cooking and the mutai and everything else.
Yeah, no, leave that one for now, anyways.
All right, no, cool. And then I think you touched on it already, but are there any upcoming events or anything that you're planning coming up in the future that you can share with us?
I can share only the barbecue. The barbecue is one I want to share. Anything else apart from that, until it's more solid, I'll keep quiet. But yeah, the barbecue looks like it's happening this year.
Okay.
I tried to make it happen last year. I couldn't really work it. Also, not having long summers doesn't help.
Yeah, tell me about it.
But yeah, this year, the barbecue should run.
Yeah, all right. So we're looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
The way I would like to do it is, it won't just be me cooking. There'll be obviously my food, but then there'll be some like palop food there as well. So there'll be food from different cultures. Yeah. Because if I'm cooking, it's going to be a mix of Jamaican and Nigerian food. So yeah, it'll be a mix of stuff.
Nice.
Anything else apart from that? Tuesdays, more workshops will be coming. So for those of you that are new to Kizomba and want to learn, we'll have some stuff for you. that's it.
Yeah, cool. No, sounds
Actually doing more stuff with, so like we've had recently one of a boxer who's been coming to Kizomba. One of the things I would like to do is see if I can get more fighters to come down. And again, just because training myself, there's a good link between them, like fighting and dancing. Big link when it comes to like posture, like, but it's the same thing in terms of like similar thing in terms of body movement and body mechanics.
Yeah.
So I would like to try and get more people from that sort of world into Kizomba. But it's funny, there's a lot of them, a lot of fighters into bachata and salsa.
Oh, is there?
A lot in salsa and
Yeah.
bachata. But yeah, I would like to see some more come in Kizomba.
You're gonna bring them in,
Yeah,
get their hips moving.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Get their footwork on point.
Yeah. No, good. So we look forward to that as well, man. We look forward to that. Where can people find out about you if they want to get in touch?
Instagram, Chocolate Kizomba, or my personal Instagram is Mr. Seyi, Mr. Sey. How else apart from that? Facebook, I think same, Mr. Seyi, Chocolate Kizomba. The website is chocolatekizomba.com. I think my number's on there. Do not WhatsApp me, so I won't respond. Call me. Yeah, that's the best way. I tell people all the time, if you're gonna get in contact with me, do not WhatsApp me. Like, call me or iMessage me.
Yeah.
Call me, really.
Yeah.
I could be really anti-phone. Really, I'm anti-WhatsApp.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Phone in general is...
I hear that. Well, you heard that, people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, Seyi, thank you. It's been great to have you here. It's been great, obviously, learning about you, about the night that is just solid in London. Anybody coming to the UK that loves Kizomba, you need to go there on a Tuesday. You just got to do it, right?
Yeah.
So, B1 Regent Street.
Yeah.
Got to go there.
Lessons from 7:45 until 10, and the party from 10 until...
2.
I would like to say 1:30.
2 o'clock.
But I get bullied
2.
every week. Every week. These are like, no, just another half an hour, another hour. I'm like, oh,
be ready
guys,
for work. Be
please.
ready for work the next day, man.
I'm tired. And then the DJs don't help. These guys will just be, yeah, keep going. Yeah. Lights are on. They're still DJing.
I was dancing last night, and the person I was dancing with is like, "What's the time?" And we both look at our watches, like, "God damn, really?" It's like, "Wow."
The amount of
you don't
times,
stay that late.
the amount of times people as well will be like, "I'm going home now."
Yeah.
Half an hour later, they're still just enjoying themselves. It's like, yeah,
exactly.
It's nice.
Then I have to go home and explain to my wife I'm getting home so late in the middle of the week. But hey, it's all for the love of Kizomba, right?
Honestly.
It's all good. Listen, Seyi, before we let you go, gonna have a little bit of fun, if that's all right.
Of course.
Just some random questions that we like to play on this podcast. And the way it goes is we have 4 cards here.
Mm-hmm.
And just want you to pick a card, read the question and answer it. And then the last one that's left, I get to answer it. Yep.
Oh, God damn. If you were a Kizomba DJ, what would your DJ name be and why?
Bit of a hard one.
Yeah.
Put it on the spot.
Damn. I want to say DJ Seyi, but that sounds boring now.
But it doesn't actually. It sounds all right.
DJ Seyi B, DJ Seyi. Was probably that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's...
Nah, I need to think of something else.
Well, that's cool for now. I mean, being put on the spot. I think DJ Seyi's all right. Well,
it might be something... If I could find a way to play with, like, my Nigerian Jamaican heritage in it, then maybe I would... A smart way to do that, I might do that. But yeah, DJ Seyi.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool, bro. That's all good. That's all good. So, next one.
Oh, I like this. If you could create a dream Kizomba event, what elements would it include to make it a unique and unforgettable experience for the attendees? It would have food.
Yes.
Number one. It would have, food. dance, but then apart from like a dance space, it would also have space for like just a quieter space for just like, cool, we want to chill now, chilled vibe. There would also be, it wouldn't be in the UK.
Yeah.
It'd be somewhere nice and hot.
Yeah.
Maybe a little pool would be nice.
Yes.
Big
pool even.
I think also there would be an element of, because there would be an element of culture to it in terms of teaching people about the culture and whatnot. So I was actually quite lucky that Chocolate Kizomba was part of a Lusophone event at the Africa Centre. And what we did then is I got Desi, who's a musician, and you would have seen him from back in the days. And again, like, got to meet him through Kizomba. Him and a guy called Sheriff, who is a big part of the Kizomba music scene. They did a talk about the history of Kizomba and whatnot.
Beautiful.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'll do something like that.
Excellent.
It would have that, it would have food, it would have dance, and it would have just a space for people to socialize. Because it was really nice to just learn more about the culture, learn more about the history of things.
Absolutely.
And from people that are like integral to it.
100%.
So yeah, that would be, I think things like that would make it unforgettable. Good food, good people, good music, and then you get to learn something as well.
Yeah.
So you're hitting all the elements, your physical element, your mental element, everything's being catered for.
That sounds like an amazing event. I'll definitely be there. So whenever you're ready to sort that out, man, let us know.
That's what I'm trying. I'm trying that one.
Definitely. Cool. All right, last two.
What is the most embarrassing moment you've had on the dance floor? I don't think I've had any, you know. Have I had anything embarrassing happen to me on the dance floor? I've been quite lucky.
Lucky?
I've not had any.
All right, well, let's change the question then. Let me answer that one and you answer this one.
All right, cool.
Make it a bit different.
If you could dance Kizomba anywhere in the world, where would your dream dance location be and why? Angola.
Okay. Straight to that.
It would be nice to, like, certain times it's nice when I dance with people, especially like Palop people, and they think I'm Palop.
That's a big compliment, man.
If they ever ask, you Palop?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, I'm Nigerian. They're like, oh, you dance well. Like, that's nice to hear. So if I can go to Angola and people be like, oh, you dance well, then that's cool. I've done it now. I've earned my stripes.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I'm still looking for them stripes.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Yeah.
That would be it.
Angola, we love your dance and we're grateful for it. So
in fact, all the Palop countries, because say for instance, like we were talking about Jama, he's from Sao Tome and Principe. The way he dances, I love the way he dances. So if I could I just do a tour. And just dance and then pick up all I can, and then by the end of it, people will be like, oh yeah, this guy. Listen,
you'll be put through your training. I think we have Musemba on the podcast, and he was talking about the fact that when you go to Angola, if you think you're a good dancer from here, he said just forget that. So that will just teach you about who you are. So that'd be some intensive training. I would love to get over there myself as well.
I can't wait to do it. I think I might even go this December, to be fair. But that would be nice.
It'd be great. I'd be very intimidated though. He was this guy. But anyway. Yes. So your question then, what is the most embarrassing moment you've had on the dance floor? So it's been a few, but I remember one. Oh man. So dancing, and I think we were doing Semba, but I lifted my arm up or did some sort of move, and I literally hit the lady in the head.
Oh man.
Literally hit her in the head, and it was quite hard. And the DJ, I was close to the DJ, and he saw it. He was just cracking up. I'm like, the girl just got hit in the head. Why are you cracking up? But it was funny. Even she was laughing, but she was in pain as well. But yeah, I think that was the most embarrassing one for me. Had to just say sorry, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's been others, but that's the one that comes to mind.
Yeah,
it
I
happens,
think the only
right?
thing that I find embarrassing is if like I fell, if we
Yeah.
as a couple dancing
Yeah,
fell.
yeah, yeah.
That would be the only thing I'd be like, God damn.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've been. I understand that though, but it's hard. It's especially when we're dancing the space. There's
That's
not a
the
lot of
thing,
space.
right?
It's like,
Yeah, you want to do something and then yeah, but she was great sport with it. So thank you. You know what I mean? But yeah, but listen, Seyi, thank you so much for coming down. I know you were tired from last night as well, but thank you for joining us. And you know, maybe in the future we can have you back on, see how things are developed with Chocolate Kizomba and just some of these projects that you were talking about as well. But you know, seriously, you know, you'll keep doing what you're doing.
thank you.
We never want to see that go away. It's our Tuesday fix, and people love it. We love going there on a weekly basis to get our medicine of Kizomba, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So thank you for everything that you're doing.
No, thank you for having me.
And thanks for coming down.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
100%.
Everyone that comes on Tuesdays, appreciate you guys a lot. I don't say it enough, but thank you guys. You guys always come with good energy. Thank you to the DJs. Thank you to teachers. Thank you to the other organizers. Yeah, appreciate the scene in general.
Absolutely. Yeah, cool. So everyone, thank you very much as always for tuning in. Please let us know what you thought of the episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and also tell us who you'd like us to see on the podcast as well. So as always, we are signing out, and as we always say, keep dancing, and we'll see you on the dance floor. Peace.
See ya.